Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another episode of Foundation Fortnight. In today's episode, we are going to try out the brand new Cover FX Power Play Foundation. I am really excited to try out this foundation because I have tried out Cover FX Natural Finish Foundation and that foundation is so amazing. So I'm really excited to see how this foundation performs. Now this foundation has already launched on Cover FX website in February. That's where I ordered it from. Now it is also available at Sephora US website as well as Sephora Canada website, and this foundation will also be available in Sephora stores starting from March 23rd. Now this foundation retails for $44 US, and this one has a total of 1.18 fluid ounce of product or 35 ml product, which is quite the standard size, actually a little more than the standard size. Now let's talk about packaging. Now this is the box in which the foundation came in, and then inside the box this is how the foundation looks like. Of course, when I saw the pictures online I didn't realize, but as soon as I opened it up I realized that this is made out of plastic. Now I know a lot of people will say that for a $40+ of foundation it should not come in plastic, it should come in glass bottle. I don't have any kind of reservation like that. The last foundation I reviewed, which was the Marc Jacob foundation, that was also plastic packaging. However, the overall packaging was very cute and very travel friendly. Now this packaging I would say will be travel friendly as well, probably since it's plastic you cannot break it. However, the whole packaging is very unimpressive, and when you open it up, this is how the tube kind of a opening you have. The opening is nice. Of course, you can control the amount of product you want to take in. However, because of this kind of a rectangular shape of the bottle, it's not the easiest to squeeze out the product of this packaging. So yeah, I didn't really like the overall packaging of this foundation. Now I am in the shade G50. An amazing fact about all the CoverX foundation is that they all come in freaking 40 shades. And they have been offering 40 shades for quite a long time now. So yeah, huge shout out to CoverX for having such an amazing shade range and for being so inclusive. Another nice fact about this is that the shade numbers are exactly same across different foundations. So if you know your shade in one of the foundations, you can easily pick up another one. Now one tip about picking up the perfect shade is that they all come in 4 different undertones. Now P stands for pink undertone, N stands for neutral undertone, G stands for golden or yellow undertone, and most importantly G plus stands for olive undertone. I said most importantly because that's the only one that is not so obvious. And if you have yellow or golden undertone like me, do not go for any of the G plus because those are for the olive undertone people. I am MAC NC 40 to 42 and Estee Lauder is 4W1 Honey Bronze. So, and this G50 is my perfect shade. Now without further ado, let's get into the application of the foundation. So guys, as always, I'm going to use a brush to apply the foundation on one side of my face, and I'm going to use a sponge to apply it on the other side. Now my skin is well hydrated and primed already, and I'm going to shake this foundation. These are all in the direction, and then I'm going to squeeze it. It has quite the thick consistency. You are all zoomed in today, so let's see how this performs. So first I'm going to use my Morphe M439 brush to apply it on my right side. I think it has given me a medium coverage. but the application was very smooth. Now let's apply it with the sponge. I'm using my Murphy sponge. Okay guys, so I have finished applying this foundation. Now I'll go ahead and finish all my makeup and I'll be right back. And I'm back. So guys, I finished all my makeup. I did set the foundation with Laura Mercier translucent powder, and this is how it looks right now. I'd say it has given me medium coverage, medium to buildable coverage, and it also has a very matte finish. So yeah, this is how it looks right now. Right now it is 8:21, so I will check in throughout the day, and also I'll come back at the end of the day and I'll talk to you guys. So this is 4 o'clock and this is how the foundation looks right now. It has been almost 7 hours, but I think it still looks pretty much the same, except for my nose area where I touched a lot and the foundation has worn off a little bit. So yeah. Hi guys, I'm back for my final check-in and it is 7:29 right now. So it has been 11 hours since my first check-in, and honestly this foundation looks freaking awesome. It really looks nice. Now I do want to mention one thing. So initially when I put it on, I checked myself in the mirror right after I put it on, and also maybe 1 and 2 hours afterwards. I felt like it has accentuated my pores and my textures a little bit. I could see my pores. Although I did put a pore minimizing primer before I put the foundation on, I still could see my pores. Now what happened is that when I was coming back from work, on board the car I was in, for some reason, probably it's AC machine broke down or something like that, it was really warm. So I was probably sweating inside. So I don't know, I have combination skin. I don't know if some oils came through or whatever. I don't see anything. It still looks pretty matte on me. However, those textures or whatever I could see, pores, whatever I could see before, for some reason I don't see them as much anymore. And all my other makeups, they all are intact perfectly. So I'm a little confused right now. First, let's talk about the coverage. I definitely can attest that this has a medium to buildable full coverage, and it was very easy to build that full coverage with the brush as well as the sponge. With both, it gave me quite the full coverage, I would say, and wherever I needed a little more coverage, I just used my finger as per the instruction, and I could totally build up the coverage with my finger. Now the finish of this foundation is really beautiful. It is modern matte. It's not the typical lot of makeup matte. It's a nice matte, and it is also sweat proof. As I mentioned that I was in that warm car, but I didn't see any kind of sweat or anything peeking through or anything like that. So the finish is really beautiful. The foundation is definitely on the heavier side. However, I didn't feel it that way on my face. So the feel of this foundation is also really nice. Now the longevity of this foundation, it claims to be long wearing, and again I can totally attest to that. I really don't see that the foundation has worn off or anything like that, except for the places where I touched my face a lot. I was really busy and whenever I'm like too focused, I tend to touch my face a little bit, for example my nose area and stuff like that. So the nose area is the only part where I can see it has worn off a little bit, but it's nothing crazy or it doesn't stand out or anything like that. Of course, one of the reason for that is that it is quite a good match for me, so I don't really complain about that. So I would say it's definitely very long wearing. Shade range I really don't want to talk about anymore because I already mentioned this and all other CoverX foundation comes in freaking 40 shades, and there is a very high probability that you will be able to find your perfect match. Now, although this foundation did so well in all these categories, I do have to go back to my original complaint where I said that it did accentuate my textures and pores a little bit. This is actually my second day trying out this foundation and I noticed this both the times. Now on CoverFX website, it clearly mentioned that this foundation is meant for combination to oily skin. Now I have kind of a dry to combination skin. I do get a tad oily around my T-zone throughout the day or throughout the night, but nothing too crazy. So I think for people like me who have a combination skin or even drier skin or even normal skin, I think this is not the ideal foundation for us. For people with dry to normal to combination skin, I definitely recommend the CoverFX Natural Finish Foundation. That foundation is amazing. However, if you have oily skin, then I think you should try it out. I encourage you to try it out. I think this will be a nice foundation for you if you have oily skin tone. This is definitely sweat proof, shine proof, and gives you a beautiful modern matte finish. So I think this will be a hit for people with oily skin tone. So although this wasn't my most favorite for my skin tone, I would be still keeping this foundation. Probably I will wear it in more of a hot and humid day than a cold and dry day. So guys, that was my review of the brand new CoverFX Power Play foundation. Let me know if you want to try this foundation or not. And if you have already tried, what you think about this foundation in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!